Hey, welcome back to the incredible Gratu Orloff 24-hour-a-day broadcasting network, and we're coming to you in color here on a sunny Monday afternoon here in Gratuville. The sun has not come out since the inauguration last Wednesday. It's been depressing and foggy, but the sun's come out today. So, as they say, good day, scumbags. Oh, no, that's not how it goes. It's, the scum will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be scum. There's always scum here in Gratuville. But we're still up here organizing comic books. God damn it, we're almost there. Don't blame me. I need to stick this somewhere. Oh, yes. I was doing a little bit of light reading here. You familiar with this book? If you get the Overstreet price guide, which I doubt many of you use because a lot of you use that stupid key collector app. I'm only interested in the key issues. Well, in the old days, key issues meant origin stories. In the old days, in the 60s, 70s, and even into the 80s, when normal human beings collected comic books before the key collectors came along. And I'm going to unbox my $5,000 statue of Thanos today, and then I'm going to show you my CGC 9.8 comics. Now, that will never happen here on this network, but key issues were also, they're all often marked, denoted in the Overstreet price guide as mentioned in SOTI, or pictured in SOTI. Well, SOTI stands for Seduction of the Innocent. Dr. Frederick Wortham, MD, wrote this book in the 50s. It cost a princely sum of $4. And this scared parents and teachers, and this is what really brought down EC Comics and all that great horror and crime comics, you know, like you're seeing right there, crime, horror, all brought down with this book. It was a psychologist, a German-born or Austrian, I don't know, born psychologist, and he wrote this book with the basic premise that comic books were warping children, turning them into juvenile delinquents, criminals, and sexual deviants. So he goes to a child or a teenager that's gay and asks, would you trade places with either Bruce Wayne or Dick Grayson? They say, well, sure, yeah, that would be great. And so, oh, okay, but Batman is clearly a gay fantasy, and Wonder Woman is a lesbian S&M fan. Well, he's probably kind of right about the S&M in those early Wonder Woman comics, honestly, because the creator of Wonder Woman was pretty much a deviant, but still, we'll leave that alone. But anyway, what he did, and these are hard to come by, especially unmutilated, because if the library copies, sometimes people, well, especially people that worked in the comic book industry would go to the library and they take a little X-Acto blade and they cut out the picture section so you couldn't see their comic books pictured. I'll show you the picture sections. It's sometimes people would cut them out just for grins, you know. But he talks about the crime comics, teaching kids how to commit crimes and stuff. Okay, so he pictures this comic, which honestly, that is a questionable cover for a child's comic. You have to kind of admit that was that image, that photograph was originally used on a paperback cover, but putting it on a comic book cover, But there were a lot of adults that read comics back then, because it was only if you were talking less than 10 years after World War II, and there's so many GIs that read comics. But anyway, so you've got these panels, and what does he say about them? Oh, these glasses. Okay. A young girl on her wedding night stabs her sleeping husband to death with a hat pin when she realizes that he comes from a distant planet and is a mammal. Oh, okay. So she realizes she must be an alien, and she sees this navel, this belly button. She realizes, oh, he's from a distant planet, Earth. How to hurt people. Vulnerable. It shows you all the spots to get somebody, right? It doesn't really mention where. I don't think, is there a bibliography? Maybe that's the part they like to cut out, where it tells, you know, a lot of these panels are taken out of context and things, but, oh, okay. So they show in a crime comic, they show how the criminals are plotting out, you know, how they're going to commit their crimes, right? And then it shows a kid and how he plotted out how he's going to, like, go steal something in the neighborhood. And then corpses of African Americans hung up. Oh, comic book philosophy, it says, Kid Milton, the killer without a friend. I don't need nobody. I'd stick a shiv in my best friend's back if it would get me an easy buck. Friendship is for suckers. Loyalty, that's for jerks. Sorry, I'm not framing it right. So spoke Kid Milton, Cincinnati's most hated criminal. And he backed his words with bullets until he learned his lesson the hardest way of all. And then below, in Wortham's little quip, comic book philosophy. I should say that with a German accent, shouldn't I? And then he would show comic book panels to kids, and it's like, what do you think this man's going to do with that poker? And it says, below it says, children told me what the man was going to do with the red-hot poker. Yes, indeed. And then outside the forbidden pages of Desaad, you find draining a girl's blood only in children's comics. So they're draining a girl's blood here. Just a moment. I'm going to take off the sleeve, put it over here just so it doesn't get damaged as I show you, because this is a very old book. And then assorted violence. But John Reddo doesn't pull a license out of his pocket. You asked for it. Aye, the policeman's shot. The next instant, a gas shell bursts amidst the police. Boy, these panels look like last summer in the news, don't they? So, I don't remember a gorilla knocking two people's heads together. How is that offensive? I guess because it's happening to police officers. So it says, oh, treating police contemptuously is a comic book commonplace. Commonplace with Democrats. Defund the police. Oh, okay. Well, sexual stimulation by combining headlights with the sadist dream of tying up a woman. Yeah, they refer to the woman's breast as headlights. And what is this one down here? Children call these headlights comics. And then in ordinary comic books, there are pictures within pictures for children who know how to look. So there's subliminal stuff, you know. This Tarzan guy's muscles is really something else. A girl, it says, this murdered girl, the guy's going, cheapers, a dame, and she's been croaked. Caricature of the author in a position comic book publishers wish she were in permanently. So he says, this is they drew a caricature of the guy that wrote this book, tied up. Kind of looks like Dr. Fauci. But see, he was already well known. He would publish articles like in women's magazines about comic books, and then he put out this book, so he was already known. This is from a comic book called First Love. it says. It says children are first shocked and then desensitized by all this brutality. It says, he's dead all right, Professor Reed. He was strangled by some brute hands. Look at his face, fear is written all over it. But look at his mouth, his tongue, it's been ripped out. And then you see this guy getting his face crunched. And the wish to hurt or kill couples in lovers' lanes is a not uncommon perversion. Jeepers, better call the cops. They have blood holes in their forehead. It says erotic spanking in a Western comic book. It says, with plenty of offering, he writes underneath it, indeed. And that vampire one says, but as she bites into his neck and he feels a burning poisonous venom seeping through his veins, paralyzing his every muscle, he realizes the answer to it all. Below it says sex and blood. Honestly, that guy's neck and his jaw, yeah, that is a little phallic, honestly. Maybe he's right. No, I'm kidding. An invitation to learning. Where you going on a night like this, Tony? You ain't gonna shoot anybody with that rod, are you? Oh, you can't see it here. This is the panel. Lousy, filthy, I'll tear you. It says an invitation to learning. Here it says, giving children an image of American womanhood. There may only be one picture section in here. It says, pity was the keynote when Homer described a dead body dragged behind a war chariot. Dragging living people to death is described without pity in children's comics. Let's see, what are they saying? A couple more miles ought to do the trick. It better. These dirt gravel roads are tough on tires, but you gotta admit there's nothing like them for racing faces. And then the guy sings, superb, even Big Phil will admire this job if he lives long enough to identify the meat. Then little Mike Turk would come roaring back. Then it says, what comic book America stands for. Let's see what it says here. Joe Vanna ran far. He ran to America. He recalled the names his father had mentioned. He knew where to go. To this fence, to that gun seller. It wasn't long before Joe Vanna acquired a reputation. And then a sample of the injury to the eye motif. Yes, Mary Kennedy, you tried to square things with the big boss, but put the needle down. No! That, a lot of these are from these Charles Bureau crime comics, but there were tons of crime comics that were... Cover of a children's comic book. That's an EC cover. A well-known cover. And of course, it says, a comic book baseball game. Notice the chest protector and other details in the text and pictures. Yeah, this is a famous, I think it's called Foul Play, an EC horror comic story. They're using the head, the severed head is the baseball. You see the batter's using a severed leg. I think there's a heart there on home base, and the entrails, the intestines are like the lines between the bases. Oh, and then this guy, the catcher's wearing the actual torso, the chest, as his chest protector. So, yeah. This is, let's see if this is a first edition. I doubt it is. Maybe it is. Printed in the United States of America. Yeah, this may be a first edition. Oh my gosh. I better send it to CGC and get it graded. I better do that. Seduction of the Innocent. I don't know. People, I'm sure somebody on YouTube has shown the picture section from Seduction of the Innocent at some point in the history of YouTube. If not, this is a first here on the Gratu Orloff channel. And so, it's time to do some more comic book organizing. We got a new subscriber this morning. We're up to 169 subscribers. So perhaps we'll reach 170 today, or maybe we'll lose some subscribers based on today's wonderful episode. We'll have to see. When we last left off, we were looking at box number 3. Let's continue.
The Silver Age of comics will never die here on Radio Broadview 106.9 FM.
Checking this tablet real quick. Checking what's going on. Oh, you gotta subscribe here. She doesn't need any help from me with 169 subscribers because she has over 78,000 subscribers. But you should subscribe to this person. It's hard to spell. R-I-S-S, Reese Flex. She looks like she's 15, but she must be at least 21, because it seems like every night she does a live stream, which are highly entertaining, where she goes to a bar and talks about politics and gets drunk, which it makes me nervous. I almost feel like a father to her. It's like, don't stop telling the bar you're at. It's like, because eventually there's going to be like Men in Black showing up and getting her. But no, it's real. It's real political, as you can imagine, in these very political times. But she's good. She's very knowledgeable. It encourages you to see. Because you think, oh, all the kids today have been brainwashed by the school system and are a bunch of sheep or really horrible, soy people. No, she's really, I don't know. I guess she's Middle Eastern. I don't know if Reese, what nationality is that name? But she's an American. What am I saying? But I just can't really get a read on that's such an odd name. Anyway, so. Also, that singer you just heard a minute ago named, is her name Allison Young? I think so. This is also encouraging that you've got, singers, no, Allison Young, I think. No, not that. Allison Young. Oh yeah, here she is. Yeah, this person here, she's just a wonderful singer, and she sings all these old standards, and she's really talented, and she'll double or triple her voice, and it's like she does it all in her house. Yeah, look up Allison Young. Okay, so she's doing the Buddy Holly song here. But it makes you feel good that there are people that are young that appreciate the old. So, look up Allison Young, look up Reese Flex, and I'll try to think of some other people. Let me show you this guy. He's interesting too. Blazing Press. Boy, I'm really postponing. We're already almost 20 minutes in. I haven't shown you any comics. Oh, what is wrong with me? God damn it. That's not what I wanted at all. I miss Richard Nixon. Yeah, this guy Blazing Press, he's got 3 networks. Blazing Press, he comes on during the day and does these live streams about the world, and yeah, Blazing Press. He's doing some of his videos not on YouTube anymore because he knows that they'll zap him. He also has Trumpet News. He has 2 Trumpet News channels. Yeah, there's a blue one and a green one. Anyway, those are 3 people. I'll try to think of some more. I just happen to have my wife's tablet up here, and I thought, well, share some things that have created entertainment for me. Oh, that Russian guy. What was his name? I was telling you about the Russian guy. And apparently there's a bunch of people in Russia that do YouTube videos that just show what life in Russia's like, which is not the way we picture it. It's actually a lot better than we would think. Damn. I'll tell you later. We gotta get into the comics. Alright, box 3. Oh, it's a BCW box. They're my arch enemy. Never buy any products from BCW. Okay, so.
Here's yet another great record, WFUN.
Okay, when we last left off, I think we were at Beneath the Planet of the... No, we got into Black Hawk. No, we were at Blue Phantom. No, we got through Boris Karloff, right? Okay, here's where we were. Brave and the Bold. Number 55. Before it had just become always Batman teaming up with someone. I think it was the popularity of the Batman TV show in 1966 that made Brave and the Bold an exclusively Batman teamed up with somebody else kind of comic. But before, it was just different characters teamed up. And I think when it very first started in the 50s, it was more of a knights in armor kind of comic, Brave and the Bold. Because here, number 60 is an early Teen Titans. Damn. Atomic magnifying glass. Appear. The atomic magnifying glass. Yes, 7th floor, room 3. Get it to me immediately. I'm filming. Atomic magnifying glass. Do not allow it to be removed from the premises in the future, or your heads will be severed from your bodies. Bastards. Let's see how long it takes. Don't let it happen again. Scum. Okay. It's number 61, ladies and gentlemen. Starman and Black Canary. Do yourself a favor. This TV show Stargirl is great. I'm about to sneeze. Here's 62. Starman and Black Canary. Someone must have put a price sticker there at some ancient time. Another copy of 62. Just over the years, I forgot I had owned it and bought it again. And, you know, whenever I see jungle girl looking characters, I purchase immediately. 65, Flash and Doom Patrol. Damn, what a great combination. Okay. Number 74 is Batman and the Metal Men. Number 78, Batman and Wonder Woman. I was right. Yesterday was the last day to watch Wonder Woman 84, and I saw like the first part of it, first half of it. It seems like a couple of times, and then I just kept falling asleep. I think I've seen all the key moments of it, enough to, but to actually get back and actually watch the whole thing, I lost my opportunity. I mean, I saw the ending. I mean, I don't think I ever saw the post-credit sequence with Linda Carter, but I don't know why I kept falling asleep. Perhaps because it was bad. So I feel bad that I missed my opportunity simply because of my obsessive compulsive nature, but the better things did. The guys watch Stargirl, the whole first season, amazing stuff. Here's number 80. All right, we're up to Neil Adams. That has to be Neil Adams. It's so wonderful. Here's wait, these are out of order. No, that was 80. So 88 comes after 80. I know that. Okay. Ooh, this one's seen its better days. Number 90. '91. Welcome to Fun City. Seems like I showed you this one the other day. Wait, is there anything I need to file in here? Deputy Dog, Buster Brown. Buster comes after Brave and the Bold, so soon I must file more in. Batman and the Flash, number 99. Brother Power, the Geek. Here's the real-life scene of the dangers of Hippie Land. The Monster Times called that one of the worst comics ever made in an article. I read the whole article to you last summer. If you go back in my archive, go to the playlist that says My Blogs from the beginning. Or you can just buy the Monster Times worst issue ever. They talk about the worst movies, worst this, worst that. Well, here's some unsleeved comics. Let's get them taken care of. Bugs Bunny Showtime. Great stuff. It's interesting how they draw the panels without the black outlines on them. I always thought that that was an attempt to simulate a television screen, but who knows what the purpose was. Oh, what a great panel. That would make a great t-shirt or poster. Okay, let's see if it fits in this Golden Age bag, shall we? Why, it does. And another Bugs Bunny. What a great cover. All right. Deputy Dog. I gotta pull some books out of the back of this box to fit more books in. So now, instead of ending with Detective Comics, it ends with Deputy Dog. And I need to add a Deputy Dog comic here. Deputy Dog presents Dinky Duck and Hashimoto-san. So that goes in. Okay, amazing. Well, they say Moderna or whatever that company, they're saying, well, you're going to need another little booster so that you can be safe from the South African variation of the, the CV germ warfare thing from China. So now they're saying, I saw this, we're probably going to have to vaccinate dogs and cats too, folks, because they can spread this virus too. Yes, indeed. Well, if a vet tells me I got to do that, then I'm seeking out a new vet. So, rabies shot killed my beloved cat, Princess. The next day, she passed away. Horrible. She was my first pet ever. It's really sad. Buster Brown. Okay, gotta get the Bugs Bunnies back in. Here's another Bugs Bunny I showed you the other day. Just living the plot of Groundhog's Day, doing the same things over and over again. Bugs Bunny Halloween fun. Then we'll add in these two that I just sleeved. Followed by a 15-cent Bugs Bunny. Followed by one of the first comics ever purchased. I kept this one pretty nicely. It's the date at the bottom. 71. You know, I was 5 or 6 at that point. Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny. Followed by Bunny. In her psychedelic Doctor Strange universe. That was Bunny number 4. Bunny number 14, I'm missing a few issues and I need to acquire them. This is a Harvey comic. Bunny number, backing boards, 20. Bunny. Okay. So then Buster Brown will go in after that. Any other B's that I need to file? No. I'm good until Classics Illustrated. And Dr. Solar. Okay, Calvin and the Colonel. Candy. I think I've gone through this box with you guys. I'm pretty sure. Captain Action, number 1. Toy promotion. This is a JCPenney Captain America number 109 reprint. 112. $117. I feel like I don't have many Captain America comics, but then I remember, no, Captain America was in Tales of Suspense. And that's, for most of the Silver Age, he was in that. And then all the other Captain America comics I've got are in the other room, because everything from 1971 on, I keep in another room, because I do not want the 1970s to infect the 1960s. It's a quantum physics thing you wouldn't understand. 19th, number 131. It doesn't have the title. I showed you this before. 133. $136. I had popcorn for breakfast. I need to have real food, like real quick. Indeed. 142. Popcorn and Dr. Pepper. I'm not sure if that's a healthy breakfast, but it has some of the food groups. Oh. Captain Marvel, yes. The guy that splits. Yeah, we looked at these like 2 episodes ago. I guess I went through this whole box, but I'm going through all the boxes in order, so just bear with me. It could be worse. You could be about to get a roll up your sleeve, or it'll make you start twitching around or pass out. Or pull a Hank Aaron. Okay. Captain Marvel 10. MyComicShop.com fans. It used to be a store here locally called Lone Star Comics. You know that. And they used to write the condition on the comic. Isn't that horrifying? See there next to the 0, the little pencil VG. So this is a very good copy. Is that a good way to label the condition of your comics? To write on the cover? This one's in very good. I guess they didn't do it with the Mint comics. Maybe they... And this one has it too. So I bought this at the same place. Number 11. You can see it kind of faintly there. Very good. Captain Savage and his Leatherneck Raiders. You've seen this comic about 4 times in the last week. What is it about me going through the C box? Captain Savage, yes indeed. The war comic that no one remembers. Not that it's bad, it's just somehow didn't resonate with readers actually about that time. War comics were kind of falling out of favor because of the Vietnam War and stuff. And G.I. Joe, the action figure, was turning into an explorer, an adventurer with a beard and an afro, and he does kung fu. It's, you know, it was all the reaction against the war toys and stuff. Parents didn't really want to buy replicas of M16 rifles for the little boys and stuff. And but sometimes Democrat presidents get us involved in wars. Sound familiar the last few days? The military-industrial complex is already cranking back up. We're United States back in business, folks. Oh, I love this cover. But we're not going to talk about politics. I love it so much that I bought it twice. My idea of heaven. Casper 159. Casper 160. Yes. Yeah, the moon, one of the lunar lander or something was named Casper in the moon landing. That's why Casper had all this. It even says it's even up there at the top. And what the hell does that say? I think it says "Look for me on the moon" or something. Look for me on the moon. Yeah. And then, you know, the song, you know, What You Doing on the Moon, Casper. You used to be able to get that record from an ad in the back of Casper. Harvey Comics. Sorry, I'm tired and hungry, and nothing you guys did. Not your fault. What the hell in fuck? What the shit and crap? Oh. Casper, the dead baby, and Casper, the dead horse. You know, Nightmare was actually General Custer's horse, and he was killed at the Battle of Little Bighorn. I'm just kidding. Casper, the Friendly Ghost, and Nightmare, the Galloping Ghost. I gotta get more Casper comics, man. It's like an addiction. And as I said before, I love these black covers on these Harvey comics. Black covers are always striking if they're preserved well by the children that own them. Unlike this Cave Girl, that's just a mass of tape and filth. Cave Kids. Yeah. Don't judge a person by their race, creed, or national origin. Judge them by how they handle their comic books, and also how they handle animals, dogs and cats, that kind of thing. That's how you judge people. They say that thou shalt not judge, but you can judge in those instances. Number 42, Challengers of the Unknown. No backing board on it, but look at that ad for Big Frankie on the back. Really, it's called Gigantic Frankenstein, but people often call him Big Frankie. I never thought I'd own one. I finally got one about 10 years ago, 15 years ago. They've since reproduced them. Challengers of the Unknown, number 45. Which I have 2 copies of because I just like the looks of this villain here. The queen of the Challenger haters. Her name is Multi-Woman. World's mightiest menaces get a new leader. Multi-Woman, queen of the Challenger haters. She's just a cool character. Someone should bring her back. Here's Challengers of the Unknown teamed up with the Doom Patrol. There are those that say, you know, you've got the Fantastic Four created by Jack Kirby. But without Stan Lee, the Fantastic Four probably would have just been another Challengers of the Unknown. But Stan Lee was him doing the dialogue in conjunction with Kirby's brilliant ideas and illustrations are what tipped it over the edge to being something truly great. But Kirby on his own, when he did his own writing, it just never quite worked. He had brilliant ideas, but he just was not a writer of dialogue, and he just couldn't. It just didn't work, even for little kids. Because I remember when he came back in the mid-70s to Captain America, and I was like, this is a chore to read this. And you feel guilty because it's Kirby, and, you know, but, okay, Classics Illustrated. Okay, I'm still in the CHs, so when I get to the CLs, remind me, because I'm going to have to put some comics in there. See, and this looks okay until you look at it real closely and see someone wrote a big 15 there in the center about where that guy's chest is. Like, to let you know this is a 15-cent comic. I'm sure that would be an easier way to let someone know. Plus the fact that it says 15 cents on it, just, hey, it's cover price, you know, at the garage sale where apparently it was sold. Chili. And again, for the 14th time, I'm showing you the very first comic I ever owned, Choo Choo Charlie. And again, like I said the last 14 times, this is not the actual copy bought when I was 4 or whatever. 69, yeah, it would be 4. But this is one I got later, but it's important and would be on that comic book wall whenever I get one. Right next to that Casper train going through outer space cover. Okay, so we're to Classics Illustrated. So I need to insert some. Classics Illustrated Wuthering Heights and the Conquest of Mexico go in. And then, I'm not even looking at numbers. This is a childhood copy. No, it isn't. This is one I bought at a later date. My childhood copy, where is that? Because I didn't scribble on it. This was bought at a later time. Yeah, but anyway, Connecticut Yankee and King Arthur's Court. Nice kind of gold key looking painted cover. The early Classics Illustrated comics, and I'm no expert on Classics Illustrated. It's very complicated. They were reprinted many times. It had many different covers. So this is clearly an early one, so I'm going to put it towards the front of the stack. The Scottish Chiefs. I mean, you can just tell that's from the art. It's an earlier one. I respect people that are experts on Classics Illustrated, but that's probably not something I'm ever going to master in this lifetime. Off on a Comet. That was the one they always pictured on the ads in the on the back of these things, it seems like. Yeah. The Buccaneer. I can tell I bought this at Cosmic Comics. That's the kind of price tag he uses. And $3.50. Well, he gave me a discount. He always gives me a discount. From the Earth to the Moon. Ooh, this looks great. I still haven't read this one. This is the war between the states. I like Civil War stuff. Okay, so we're good until we get to the D's. Okay. Combat. Saipan, stepping stone into the heart of Japan. That's Adele. Conan the Barbarian, number 6. Conan the Barbarian, number 7. Casper the Conan the Barbarian, number 9. The Creature. Oh man. Creatures on the Loose, number 10. The debut of King Kull. I was just looking at this. Like, look at this thing, man. Looks like the green slime. I've got a one sheet to the green slime, the movie. That one sheet is beautiful. I gotta get that framed one of these days. Also, another one sheet for Twist All Night with June Wilkinson. I gotta get that one framed. I've got a whole stack of posters I need to get framed, but there's no wall space. But I dream of getting a house with more square footage so I can put more shit up on the walls. Another issue with Moomba, number 11. Okay. Then Crime Does Not Pay, number 58. See, these were, look, more than 6 million readers monthly. I mean, comics were read by lots of people back then. It was not the little niche market, you know, in comic book shops. They were everywhere. And this is this was the most famous line of crime comics, Charles Bureau. And some of those illustrations I just showed you in Seduction of the Innocent, the Frederick Wortham book, came from Crime Does Not Pay. But and he did another book called Parade of Pleasure, also about comic books. And then and in the 60s he did one about fanzines, but I think by then he'd kind of been won over by comic fandom and thought maybe they were okay, and it was kind of a constructive thing that people were making their own magazines and things. I don't know. I think, you know, towards the end he kind of came around. But you know what ultimately happened is the comic book industry was dragged before the Senate, and they had a subcommittee, and like I guess they're about to do to Trump, you know, and you know, try to. And so the comic book industry just said, hey, we're all going to be out of business, so let's come up with a self-regulatory board, and they came up with a way to police themselves, which is that Comics Code Authority stamp that used to be on comics, and it pretty much forbid vampires and the living dead, and crimes always had to be solved. Criminals couldn't get away at the end. There could be no unsolved mysteries. It had to be, the bad guy had to suffer at the end. There's certain things you couldn't do. So, okay, Daredevil 25. And again, I apologize. My collection is pretty pitiful. I'm sure compared to many of yours, because I diversified my collecting too much, I think, and bought too many different kinds of things. So many different things I collect, movie posters and records. So if I'd focused on just one or two things, maybe I'd have, like I should have more Daredevils, because they were never that expensive. Daredevil is a more affordable comic to buy. Silver Age, or it was. I don't know what it is now. 52. It's got the Black Panther. 53. I like this cover. 55. My Bronze Age collection in the other room is more impressive, I guess, to see, because that was when I was actually buying them myself. These were all bought on, with the exception of just a couple. I've told you I were childhood copies from when I was a real little. This was all these things I've been showing you. All the things in this room were bought by me secondhand in stores or flea markets, whatever, because I wasn't. I was born in 1965, so by the time I really became aware, the Silver Age was over. 62. And the Golden Age was well over. An Atomic Age, of course. 66. '67. 68. That must be Marie Severin, because it's just so wonderful. The artwork is so great. Yeah, I think this is Marie Severin too. I just love her art. And her brother is wonderful as well. 75, John Severin. 77. Usually you can tell a comic book is having a dip in sales by them putting Spider-Man on the cover. I could be wrong. Okay, so it says still 15 cents. So that would mean this is the last issue of the Silver Age, in my opinion. You may disagree, and in fact everyone may disagree, but to me the Bronze Age starts when they're 20 cents. And then this is something I got recently. It's a king size special, but it's not a single reprint, I'll have you know. #1, Daredevil. Almost done with this box. DC Special. I need more boards, man. But I can't get them till Friday. DC Special #14. Ooh, this is a great cover. number 3 of DC Special. Stand back, boys. The girls are taking over. See our fighting females do their thing. D-Day. Wouldn't it be cool if wars were all fought by women? Imagine like D-Day, but it was all women. German women and American women coming out of just like, imagine if it was all, well, that would be a great novel in that. All wars are fought by women, and the men are behind making the, equipment. Dennis the Menace, number 20. Uh, 23, 10 cents. I want to read what it says there at the bottom. Special award winner, Dennis the Menace, the best comic magazine of 1956 for its wholesome interest and entertainment value. Boys Club of America, Herbert Hoover, chairman of the board. Okay. All right, so Herbert Hoover says Dennis the Menace is okay. My mom didn't like me reading Dennis the Menace, though, because she thought I would pick up his poor grammar. And say things like ain't. So it was really a struggle to collect Dennis the Menace. This is a comic I got in a trade from a guy in 3rd grade. And I thought, boy, I'm getting an ancient comic because it's 15 cents. I was so excited to get this ancient comic. In like 1973, this was ancient to me. The best of Dennis the Menace. Number 69, it says. Dennis the Menace in Hawaii. I think there was something going. Dennis kept going to all these foreign countries. And I think I could be wrong. Here's what I suspect. That Hank Ketchum, the artist of Dennis the Menace, but I don't think he was doing the art in the comics, but I think what he was doing is going off to other countries and different places like Hawaii, and then writing off his vacation expenses on his taxes, saying he was going to do research for his artwork, for his profession, so Dennis the Menace could go to Hawaii, because Dennis the Menace kept going to London and Paris and all these places, and I wonder if I'm right. I could be wrong, but it seems like that would be an actual business expense. Here's another copy of the same issue, huh? What? Or am I looking at the same one again? No, I got 2 copies of that. How about that? I dare not buy it a 3rd time. Dennis the Menace in Washington, D.C. Could he do more damage than what's happened in the first 5 days of the Biden administration? I don't know. We're already back at war. We got like all these thousands of people out of jobs because of that pipeline that he. Oh yeah, Dennis the Menace in California. See. Here, he's going to camp. Plus bonus book, Camping Tips by Mark Trail. Mark Trail was a comic strip that everyone's forgotten. No, that is not J.R. Bob Dobbs there. Dennis the Menace Spring Special. Ooh, 1970. Dennis the Menace in California again. Is this a reprint? Where was that California issue? Oh, look at this. 1967, he goes to California. The 1970, he goes to California, and they reprint it. They figure over 4 years, no one's going to buy Dennis the Menace comics for more than 4 years. You know, you're going to buy it when you're a little kid, and then you're going to grow out of it. So we can just keep reprinting the same stuff over and over again. And that's, I think, what they were thinking, but they were wrong. That's certainly what Forrest J. Ackerman was thinking with all the reprints he did in Famous Monsters. He figured, they'll never know. They've gone on. The people don't just keep reading Famous Monsters. Dennis the Menace Summer Games, 1971. I like the earlier Dennis the Menace art better than the 70s looking art. 1969. Ooh, a Christmas issue. I gotta put it with my Christmas stuff right down here. Oh my gosh. And another Dennis the Menace in Hawaii. How about that? I gotta put it with the other Hawaii issue. Yep. Okay, do not buy Dennis the Menace in Hawaii a third time, Ratu. Bonus special, Dennis the Menace from A to Z, 25 stories, all new. Wow. And then the last thing I've got in this box are those 2 Deputy Dog comics. So we're done with that. Box 3. Where is box 4? Here it is. John shit. Who is the man who'd risk his life for his brother man? Shit! Who is the man who really did for his brother man? Hunter Biden. Who is the man who would take billions of dollars from the Chinese? Hunter Biden. I'm talking about Hunter. Shit. Box 4. Well, I think I ought to move this box too. Okay. I gotta pull stuff out of the end of this box now. Because of the wonderful things I does. Okay. It never ends. Ooh, this is the Fantastic Four box. Incredible. Shit. Yes. Behold a distant star. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Wonderful. Okay. Detective Comics. Alright, Detective Comics, number 271, which is apparently my earliest issue. Clumsy. Clayface, 298. This is from the Betty Page Pedigree collection. Yeah, she wants on this. 306. Who says girls don't own comic books? 317. June 27th a.m. 318 arrived at the newsstand. $324. A great cover, but I can't read the number. It's 320. It says breaking at the top. Justice Roberts will not preside over impeachment trial. So you heard that here first. Get little breaking news popping up at the top of my telephone from which I recorded this award-winning television program. Detective Comics 326. In an alien zoo. A very well-worn trope. They even used that in the Orville, being in an alien zoo. Yeah, I like that show. Still haven't finished the second season, though. But I've already told you that. 3:30. Oh, the Go-Go Check era. 357. Why, look, it's the $1 million debut of Batgirl. I think that's just 360. Another terrific cover. Again, the purple covers are well loved among collectors, at least in the old days. Purple covers and gorilla covers and dinosaur covers were the key issues to the comic book collectors of a generation or so ago. Before the dark times, before the CGC and the Key Collector app, and the $5,000 statues from Sideshow Collectibles. I see people showing off their man caves and they got all these damn statues, and it's like, they're huge, and it's like, how do you afford all that? You must be the CEO of some major corporation. And people with whole walls of omnibus books. Those are $100 each. Holy crap. $380. 383. 387. 392. A wonderful cover. 403. 424. Double Kids starring Hot Stuff. Number 38, Double Kids starring Hot Stuff. The cover gags usually would have something to do with flame, heating, melting stuff when he didn't want to melt it, that kind of thing. Or being perfectly comfortable in a dragon's mouth, taking a nap. Dinosaurus. Diver Dan. Doc Savage. Gold Key Doc Savage. Doctor Strange. Actually, I need to insert Dr. Solar here. I already realize I'm going to need to take more books out of the back of this box. Damn. Doctor Strange. Okay. Doctor Strange 179. The fact that Spider-Man is on the cover more prominently than Doctor Strange means that Doctor Strange was not selling, I would think. The fact that they also changed his costume was another sign that it was in trouble. I think they were maybe having trouble recovering from Steve Ditko's departure. Okay. Doctor Strange. Donald Duck. This is a childhood copy. Okay, now we gotta get these Dr. Solars in here. So Dr. Solar is before Dr. Solar would be before Doctor Strange.
Shock by shock, you will feel chilling terror. This is the start. Bloodbath. First, she draws a
That
little
voice is Paul Frees. You've heard him in a million commercials and cartoons.
and the victim's kiss of death. But the end is not yet in sight. You have only begun to die. Bloodbath and Queen of Blood. Two thrillers high in bloodletting horror combine the passion of a deathless witch who rules the bloodless and an indulgence in forbidden sadism. Of course, Queen of Blood is in color. all the better to enjoy a bloodbath. See Bloodbath and Queen of Blood. Tingling, terrifying. From American International.
All the doctors still lives. Damn. I gotta still take more out of this box because I gotta put all the Doom Patrols in here. There's some really good stuff coming up in this box, so stay tuned. Let's see. Doctor Strange, Donald Duck. Doom comes after Donald Duck. Doom comes after Donald Duck. I've even got my little board that says Doom Patrol. Because I was really into Doom Patrol. Okay. Well, probably this really should be in the M's, but My Greatest Adventure turns into Doom Patrol. This is number something. 82. These used to be affordable. Maybe they still are, I don't know. But I love this comic dearly. It feels more Marvel-like than, it's arguable if Professor X, well, it's arguable if X-Men is kind of a knockoff of Doom Patrol, because I think the first Doom Patrol and first X-Men came out almost like simultaneously, so it may have just been, you know, the world's strangest heroes, very similar to X-Men's tagline, and they both have a leader that's in a wheelchair. I don't know. Could just be coincidence. But the fact that the X-Men had the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, and that Doom Patrol was up against the Brotherhood of Evil, I don't know. I think that it may just, I think the Doom Patrol was first. 94. But maybe some of you are older than me and could tell me from first-hand knowledge because you were there. That would be the best first-hand source information. They're up against the giant evil jukebox here. Number 98. New, meet Beast Boy, the wildest, weirdest teen tornado in comics history. See him try to blast his way onto the team. So here's the first appearance of Beast Boy, who would later go on to be in the Teen Titans, after all the rest of the Doom Patrol apparently were thought killed in the last issue. The Doom Patrol, they have the name the Doom Patrol, and in the last issue of their comic book, they're all killed. Although they brought back, I think, they brought back Negative Man and Robot Man. I don't know. Maybe they brought back everyone. Because I remember my first Doom Patrol comic I bought was like in the late 70s when they brought the Doom Patrol, the new Doom Patrol. They brought him back in the revived Showcase comic. Doom Patrol 113. Little did I know how wonderful the 60s Doom Patrol comics were, and I guess soon after that I started getting the old back issues at Lone Star Comics. It was the Aurora model kit of an astronaut on the back. 115. Kind of an early precursor of the host of the Hypnotic Eye TV show that Joe Riley put out. I helped with some of the episodes. 116. If you have a Roku box, you can find whole channels devoted to the Hypnotic Eye. It was a Dallas public access show. And you'll hear my voice on it, a younger version of my voice playing it. I did voices on there for a Donny Osmond puppet. 116, 117. Okay, and then this is the dark period of DC when they start the more realistic looking covers, right? And then the psychedelic stuff to try to sell it to hippie, hippie readers. Then, the period where all the heroes just are always suffering, right? Followed by, you decide, are we going to kill them all off or what? Is this the beginning or the end of the Doom Patrol? You decide. Oh boy. It's creepy. DC like to do those. Now, thumbs up, thumbs down. Are we going to kill this character or what? You can be the Roman Emperor. It's fun to be a Roman Emperor. Double Dare Adventures presents a big double feature starring B-Man. Harvey doing Superhero, and Magic Master was a character created by Jim Steranko, who fancied himself to be a man of many talents, a magician like Houdini, and a rock and roll musician, and a great artist, very humble man, Jim Steranko. Very humble. A great artist. I'm not knocking him. He's one of those little guys that likes to talk on and on about their great adventures. Okay. So, there's more Doom Patrol. What? Well, let's get Dracula in there. Dracula was out of place. Okay, so I still have more Doom Patrol to put in there. Well, this must be a duplicate issue of the first Beast Boy. I bet. I've got two of the first Beast Boy. If that's what? Was I putting them in the wrong box? Oh, I think what I did is I showed them to you, I was putting them back in the box I got them from instead of in the new box. So you're seeing the same stuff again. Or are you? Did I show you 103? Did I? I don't remember showing you this. I don't remember showing you 104. I don't remember showing you. Did I show you this? What is going on? I'm losing my mind. 105. I don't think I showed you this one either, no. Because if I did, I would have spotted the cool ad on the back and showed you that. Okay, so that's 105. I thought I had more Doom Patrols than that. 106. There's another switch and go ad on the back. 107. There's a conspiracy guy on YouTube that he never shows his face. He calls himself 107. 107. And he, all you ever see are his boots. He's holding the camera like from his point of view, and he's always in the Trump Tower hotel. And he's like apparently the super rich guy, and he's like an expert on all these political theories going on about what's really going on in the world right now, because weird stuff seems to be going on. At least everyone's hoping there's weird stuff, and this is not really our reality for the next 4 years. Looks like I have 2 copies of that. Yeah, I didn't show you these. 109. Someone wrote February 1967 at the top. That is not a date stamp. That's some person that owned it in the past that was wanting you to know. Okay. 110. 112. Do I not own 111? What? 113? 114? I don't own 111? I got it. Oh, I gotta correct that. Shit. One 111. Okay. Okay. All these F comics that have to be put in the next box. Yeah, it's the problem is when you have to, when you add books, then the box becomes too tightly packed, and you have to move books to the next box, and then it becomes, and it's just like dominoes. You have to keep opening boxes but I'm sure you kind of know about that already if you're watching a comic book channel. That's the dilemma I'm in now. Oh, and all these G comics. Holy shit. I need like a whole nother box. Okay, well, let's not worry about that right now. Let's keep finishing. Let's finish up here. Okay, so we're at Doom Patrol. Doom Patrol, B-Man Dracula. Dudley Do-Right. A not very good, terrible condition copy of Fantastic Four number 15. A copy of 22. Here's number 28. I'm trying to avoid the reflection of that light too much. Maybe that'll work. 28. Oh yeah, that's, well, that almost 28. 29. $31. I bought this back in the 80s, or I guess at Lone Star Comics, because you can see the VG. No, that's a G. They put good condition next to the 1 and 31 in pencil. It's almost as good as having it sent off to CGC. Having someone write the condition in pencil on it is, I think, probably superior to having it enclosed in plastic forever. This is another copy of 31. Okay. 32. Another 32. 33. That's light. Percy light. There's gotta be a better way. $33. And it looks like I don't have 34. Then I have 35. I can move up closer. That's the problem. Okay. That was 35. Okay. 36. The Attack of the Evil FF, the Frightful Four. Oh, I have another copy. What can I do with this damn light? This is my high-tech lighting system. Ooh, that's a cool effect. Welcome to the great Grotto Olaf television. Oh, I'm gonna do that in the future. Ooh, this is great. I should just do the whole show this way. Yes, indeed. Oh, yes. Yeah, that's great. That's fantastic. Maybe that'll help the glare. What number was I on? Yeah. What number was I on in the counting? Play back the tape. Number? Okay, thank you very much. All right. That's what I pay them for in the back room. the swine, the filth. Where was I? Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, I showed you that. Yes, indeed. Oh yes. And this is the one I was on, according to him. So that means that was 36. So here's 37. What condition did they say this was in? Mr. Pencil. Good. This one's in good condition, according to them. I don't think that lighting change really helped much. This has been reprinted as a True Believers comic, so it must be a key issue. But then just about every issue of Fantastic Four is a key issue because there were so many great ideas and concepts and characters coming along in every issue. This is 38. Damn you frickin' light. My wife is calling. Oh, that ain't gonna work. The problem is these are all in my light, so it's creating all this light reflection. 39. 40. 41. 'To save you, why must I kill you? 42. I sure hope Marvel Studios can pull this off and make a truly great Fantastic Four movie, because this was the best of all the Marvel comics. Looks like I have 2 of 43. There's a August 16th date stamp. So this was summer reading, number 44. 45. Among Us Hide the Inhumans. So then I'm missing 46, 47, 48, unfortunately, but I have 49. They wrote on it. Let's see what condition they say it is. Very good. A very good copy of 49. I know that because they wrote between the 4 and 9. VG. Gee, thank you, Lone Star guy from the 1980s. This is kind of a high-dollar comic, being the first full appearance, second appearance of Galactus. People want to say, what's the first full appearance? Because the first one was just a cameo. Ridiculous. 51. I wish I had the whole Galactus trilogy. Will I ever be able to afford that? At least I have the first Black Panther, 52. How about that? And 53. 54. I mean, I really have a pretty good run. That's been turned into a sign. They like to sell at Michael's, where they make it all distressed looking, like it's a well-read comic. I actually have it hanging in the hallway here. They sell it at, what do you call it, Ross. 54, or they used to. $55. 56. 57. Yeah, I'm gonna have to buy a new comic box to get all these comics that have been displaced. 58. 59. And another 59. This is the one I bought 3 times. Which is partly why I'm organizing the collection, so I don't keep doing that. It's like I can't afford to do that. 60. See, I did it again. 60. 61. 62. At some point, someone sold this for 10 cents, like at a garage sale or something. She sends me a text message. Are you recording a video? Is it possible to send a text message while I'm recording? She tells me to always send her a text message when I'm recording a video so she won't interrupt it. But I forgot to do that. It's got a date stamp, number 63. So the date stamp's up there on the F. What does it say? March the 15th, 1960, whatever year that was. 64. 65. 66. Okay, so about the beehive, right? So this is where Adam Warlock comes in. All right. Who they introduced the idea of that in the very end of the last Guardians of the Galaxy movie. So I guess Warlock's gonna appear in maybe the next movie. I don't know. The Marvel movie's been pushed back so far because of the germ warfare that we've been dealing with since last January. 69. And my first issue, when I first discovered Fantastic Four, I think they were up in issue 120, 100, maybe 140, and then I bought my Marvel's Greatest Comics that reprinted the old Marvel Fantastic Four, and I think they were reprinting this issue right about 1973 when I first discovered them. 70. Oh, and I love this cover. Oh, that looks so great. The city behind him, the gray tone of that, it looks almost 3D. Here's the sizzling big action issue, which I think means that Kirby didn't have time to draw the cover, so they just took 4 panels from the inside, and I suspect that's what happened. I could be wrong. 72. I'm going to get through the end of Fantastic Four Silver Age run and call it a day on this, because I need to see what my wife needs. Probably lunch. 74. 75. And another 75. 76. 77. 78. My arm's starting to hurt me. 79. 80. 80. 81. Looks like I'm missing 82, so here's 83. Hopefully 82 is not some key issue that everybody wants, so I can easily get it. 84. 85. 88. 89. 90. 91. So Kirby was recycling the plot from a Star Trek episode on this one, I think. 92. I'm not knocking it. It's a great storyline. It's just the planet where gangsters, like 1930s gangsters, are that kind of thing. 93. Oh, I got another copy of the same issue. Funny how that works. 94. 95. Shit. 96. There's got to be a more comfortable way to display comics. You know, I need to just have a little stand and take each one out, put it on the stand, let you see it for a few seconds. I got to do it. Man Bear Pig's got a much better setup than I've got. Holding these things up in this awkward position with my arm is not fun. That's That's big issue 100. It's a cool cover. And 101. And then I'm missing 102, 103, 104, 105. This is, Kirby was gone by this point, off to DC to do the New Gods and all that Jimmy Olsen stuff. Here's 108. 111. And I see the still 15 cents, so this will be the last issue of the Silver Age run of Fantastic Four. I'll show you the annual number 2 from 1964. Ooh, and the cool number 3 from 1965, the wedding issue. Oh, my arm. Oh, shit. I'll try using this arm. This is number 4, king size special. Number 5. Number 7. Number 8. This is one of the first old comics I bought at Lone Star Comics. I was so excited to have an old Silver Age comic with the box on the side, you know. And number king size special number 9. And I'll leave this episode with Fantastic Giants, which is a giant monster comic with Conga and Gorgo, and it's Steve Ditko art. And they brag about it being a Steve Ditko special on the front. Right after he left Marvel, he was working for Charlton there. So I'll start with Fantastic Giants. And do it Joe Biden style. Well, gotta go now, so I better put on my muzzle. Be single.